Hey guys, so today I'm doing a get ready with me. It's been a minute since I've done one. It just takes forever to edit for me, and then a lot of times I feel like they're just really long because I don't know how to be concise, I guess. When it comes to makeup, I really like to talk about it and I really like to give really thorough explanations. So I apologize if my get ready with me's are really long. So I don't really know what I'm going to do today. It's really close to fall. I'm really excited for fall. I love fall. It's summer and fall are like my favorite seasons. October is my favorite month by far. I love August because it's just usually a nicer month out in Washington, but October is my favorite. I just love how all the colors change, just the feel of fall, the smell of fall, and I know a lot of people don't like this, but the days get shorter. I love it when there's change. I love it when the days get shorter, and then I love it when the days get longer during the summer. I appreciate the change. I enjoy it. I love the feeling of the season. And I mean, maybe winter not so much because it's absolute garbage out in Washington, but anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but whatever. So I'm thinking maybe something soft and fall-like. Spring and summer looks are great, but I'm all about bold, dark, and vampy, and fall is the perfect season for all that noise. Also, not to mention, Halloween is in the fall, and let's talk about Halloween makeup, okay? I know I've done a couple Halloween looks before. That's when I like really first started my channel. Not that it's gotten that much bigger since, but I think my video quality has definitely gone up. Again, I appreciate all my subscribers. Not that I have a ton, but the ones that I have, I definitely appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for hanging in there through my god-awful phone videos to my now just like, I'm just gonna do makeup really quick kind of videos, but I don't know. Regardless, I'm trying to change it up with another get ready with me. Not that I'm really changing it up, but I'm just trying to diversify, I guess, a little bit more. So anyway, I guess I can just get right into it instead of just talking about things and stuff. Let's get started. Okay, so what I've been using for primer lately, and I've been liking it actually, is the Sephora Beauty Amplifier Afterglow Primer and Luminizer. And this is actually kind of like a good dupe for the Becca Backlight Primer. It's really similar. The texture's a little bit different. I think this one might be a little bit thicker, but it gives the exact same effect. And I feel like my makeup always just looks nice and dewy and glowy when I use this. I'm gonna stick that all over my face. So lately I've actually been doing a little bit lighter coverage since my skin has definitely improved. Since I started working at Sephora and actually got knowledge on skincare and what your skin actually needs and what to use to fix what problems, my skin has improved so much, and I think it's got a lot more even. You might not be able to tell on camera because this lens actually makes me look a lot better than I actually do, but because my skin has been doing so well, I've not been seeking that full coverage as much. Granted, I do love a good full coverage. And I have this e.l.f. foundation serum, and I really like e.l.f. products, and I actually really like their foundations too, especially the acne fighting one. I think it's just got awesome coverage and a really nice pretty finish. And I got this and I've used it once, and it's a lighter coverage. It's got SPF in it as well, but I'm gonna use this. I'm going to mix it with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is the dewy and smooth one, and my shade is Porcelain because I'm pretty fair nowadays. So anyway, I'm just gonna mix these two together. Like I said, this one has the SPF in it. Actually, this one has SPF in it too, so I mean, extra protection, which is a bonus. Just gonna shake this up a little bit. And the shade in this one that I'm using is the lightest as well. Yeah, just fair light. And I'm just gonna dab my Fit Me on too. Woo! I'm just gonna blend that out with my Real Techniques sponge. So then I'm going to go in with my KatVonD Lockit Tattoo Concealer. This stuff is really good. This is more of a full coverage concealer, which is fine because I'm just looking to brighten my under eyes anyway, and I kind of need that extra full coverage. I'm just going to add a little bit around my chin. So now that that is all blended in, I'm just going to set it with my KatVonD Lockit Translucent Powder, and this stuff is great for setting under eye concealer. And I'm just gonna brush off the excess there. So now I'm going to bronze before I set everything with a powder with my Do the Hoola by Benefit. This is a liquid bronzer. I've used this a lot lately in some of my more recent videos, and I really like it actually. And I'll just use my stippling brush to buff it out. So at least it looks like I'm moderately tan. And not 100% ghostly. Okay, so now I'm just going to set with my Cocoa Powder Foundation by Too Faced, and I'm using the shade Fair. And I've hit pan on this stuff, so I'm kind of bummed about it. I'm going in with my Bare Minerals Duo Translucent Setting Powders. One is matte and the other is a glowy one. And I'm just going to use a little bit of the glow one just to help amp up the glowiness of my foundation. It just kind of helps it look not so dull, just kind of a little more dewy and fresh looking without it getting oily. And this stuff actually helps a lot with blurring pores too. And I've got some big ass pores. Now it's time for me to contour, and I'm taking my Shade and Light palette by KatVonD, and I'm just gonna start with this shade here, just to give a good start to my contour, and I'm just gonna darken it up with a deeper one there. I'm just gonna drag a little bit down the sides of my nose too. Nothing super precise, but it gets the job done. And I'll bring some around my forehead too, just over that bronzer. I'm just taking my smaller contour brush. This is a Morphe M557 brush. And I'm just gonna deepen in that contour. Just focusing that towards the back part of my cheekbone. You guys know what you're doing. I'm just explaining myself. Okay, so now that my base is done, just kind of got a nice, more even complexion. Nothing too heavy, just kind of lightweight. I'm going to start working on my brows, and I'm using the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil, and the shade I'm using is 3. Excuse my brows, I haven't done a lot of maintenance on them lately. I'm just kind of letting them do their own thing so they can just be nice and full and luscious. So I'm just gonna use the pencil and just kind of carve out the shape. So what I've been using to touch up my brows is the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and the stuff is great because it's just got the little brush at the end, and it's just really good for precision. So I use this a lot to touch up my eyebrows and just like my lipstick. So I am going to use this to touch up my brows, and my lighting has just changed. It's almost fall in Washington, so the wind is blowing and there's some miscellaneous clouds out there. So I'm sorry if it's giving you a skewed look on my face. And then just taking a little concealer brush, I'm just gonna blend that out. I think my brows are on their own agenda right now. It's probably what I get for not grooming them in like a week and a half. Okay, so just to set that all down, I'm just going to be using the Gimme Brow by Benefit as well. And this is the shade 1. I guess we're going for thick ass brows today. Okay, so now that my brows are done and they are bold as shit, we shall move on to the eyeshadow. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. I kind of want to play around with some newer stuff. Let's see what I have. Okay, so I think I'm going to do something with my Swamp Queen palette. I kind of want to use some of these. These are their new Urban Decay Moondust liquid eyeshadows. I have Zodiac, Solstice, Chemtrail, and Zap. And these things are amazing. The color payoff is awesome. They are super metallic. They're pretty blendable, and it's really cool too because if you layer them a few times, you get this really cool like texture effect, which is also something that is kind of trending a lot, especially trending at Sephora, is that texture. It's called the Rebel Eyes. A lot of it's glitter, chunky lashes, and these are perfect for creating that kind of look, especially with Zap or Chemtrail, and it's these two. Chemtrail is just like this really nice kind of light frosty, and then Zap is like a true gold, and these are awesome for layering. So I think I'm gonna try and work these in with the Swamp Queen palette. So first, I'm just going to go in with my Shadow Insurance by Too Faced and prime my eyelids. And then as always, I'm just going to set that with my translucent powder. Just makes it a lot easier for me to blend the eyeshadows over that. And I can just flick all the powder in my hair, I guess, too. We can do that. So I'm gonna go in with the Swamp Queen palette, and I think I'm going to start with Natural Peaches, and it's this one right here. This is like a perfect transition color, perfect crease color, and when I typically use this palette, that's the one I always go for first. Okay, now to just kind of deepen up that crease. Oh my gosh, the lighting just got kind of bright, so it might be a little bit washed out. I do have color in my crease. I didn't do a lot, but if you can't see it, I'm sorry. My lighting is fluctuating at the moment. So to deepen up that crease, I'm just gonna go in with Sweet Tea, and that's this right here. I think this is also like a face palette, so I think you could even, like, this is a bronzer, but I mean, I'm gonna use it on my eyes, whatever. There are no rules in makeup. I'm just putting that kind of at the base of Natural Peaches to just kind of help carve out my crease just a little bit more and add just a little bit more depth. How did this get here? Oh, come on. There you go. Better. Okay, so now I'm just going to take both of those colors that I use on my eyelid, and with this little fluffy angled brush, I'm just gonna buff it under my eye and just kind of smoke it out. I love a good smoky eye. If you've watched any of my videos, you would probably know that. But obviously you don't have to do this part. You don't have to do any of this. But I mean, you're welcome to it. So what I'm gonna do next is just take a pencil brush and take Dogman, this one right here, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of depth. I'm gonna add I'm going to add it to the inner and outer corner of my eye. This is another angled brush, and I'm just gonna take it and just buff that shade out so it's not just like a harsh line. And I'm just gonna keep layering Dogman on top until I get the amount of color that I want. I'm also going to be taking this color underneath and focus it on the inner and outer corners on my bottom lash line as well. I'm going back in with Sweet Tea just to help build up a little bit more on my upper lid, just to make it a little bit more cohesive and seamless. So far I'm digging it. It's just kind of like a typical kind of smoky eye. What a surprise, it's kind of grungy, but we're going with it. We're about to make this shit glam though, so gear up. That might have come across way more dramatic than it needed to be. And my necklace is all fucked up. Wow, cool. Why does this always happen to me? I think I want a little more drama, so I'm gonna go with Chemtrail. And I'm going to paint this on the center, kind of where we left that open spot right there. I'm gonna just kind of blot some of that in there and see what happens. And then I'm just going to take a flat brush to help pat that out and make sure it blends nicely. Whew, are you seeing this? I'm actually gonna bring it up kind of into my crease just because I like when that spotlight kind of effect really goes up all the way. And since I have more hooded eyelids, this is just gonna help make it a little more dramatic, which is exactly what I'm going for. Awesome. So I'm gonna zoom in so you can kind of see that texture that I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see, it just kind of looks like chunky glitter. which is totally fine with me because I love a good like sparkly look. But you can really get that effect really well with these liquid shadows. So, and like I said, that's kind of like in trend right now, in case you didn't already know. So I'm gonna let that one sit, and then I'm going to paint some more on my other eye here. Okay, so while my top eyelids are setting, I'm actually going to go in with Zap, and I'm going to put some on the center of my bottom lash line there. That same flat brush, I'm just gonna kind of smudge it down. What I'm gonna do is just kind of buff some of the Graveyard Girl Shadow Dogman again on the outer corners to help just make everything seamless and blend in together. So I'm just taking whatever's left over my brush and starting off with that. And you know what? I'm actually going to layer a bit more of this on top, keeping this mostly focused on the center of my lid, just to build up that chunkiness and just make it a little bit more metallic. This is the Sephora pencil, and it's a contour inner rim gel eyeliner, and this is called Wide Eyed. This is just like a nude pencil. This is specifically for the waterline, so it just kind of lasts a bit longer, I think. I'm just gonna line mine like so. And then I'm just going to do a thin line along my lashes, and I'm using the Sephora Fine Line Waterproof Liner. I love this stuff. The tip is super duper thin, so it's really great for precision, and it's just, it does not like to come off. So it stays in place really well. And I'm just dragging this along my lash line. Eyeshadow just gives you so much texture on your eyelid, and I love it. I know not everybody is probably a fan of like textured looking eyeshadow, but I've been really digging it lately. It's just something different, and it's fun to play with, and I think it's always good to step out of your comfort zone, because if you stay in it, you can never really expand your knowledge and find new things that you like. So I would definitely recommend playing with something like this. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Moondust ones. The Colourpop shadows would be really great too, especially the metallic ones. You layer those bad boys up, even put some translucent powder in there. Ooh, talk about texture galore. Alright, so now that I'm done with my eyeshadow, I've done my eyeliner. And my eyeliner, I don't know if you can tell, it's not 100% perfect, but it is, I know, I'm okay with it. It just kind of adds to that undone texture kind of look, and it just kind of adds to it. So I'm okay with that. That's kind of the look I'm going for anyway. If you're not a fan of that, go ahead and perfect your eyeliner by all means. I have no, like, I totally get it. So I'm just going to go in with my Marc Jacobs mascara, and this stuff is awesome. The more I use it, the more I like it, and my lashes just get, boom, huge. And it's really perfect for layering and getting that kind of chunky lash look. It's crazy how much of a difference mascara makes. Boom! I feel like my eyes are so much whiter now. Okay, so I'm gonna stop with the eyes for right now, and I'm just going to go straight to blush. And I'm just going to use my Nars Sin, because this is a perfect fall-esque color. It goes with pretty much any makeup, at least I think so. Anyone that's like more deep. So, and today's kind of a deeper kind of, I don't know, fall-y kind of makeup, so I'm just gonna go with it, go with it, go with it. I'm just gonna put that on here, and I'm just gonna kind of build it up because I want to just add a lot of color in my cheeks. Ooh, we went a little ham. So now I'm going to highlight. So I'm going to use my Anastasia Moonchild Glowkit. This is like everything. I'm feeling the green one today, and I'm just going in with a Morphe M501 brush, and I'm just gonna be irresponsible with it and load up on it. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. I'm bringing that all the way into my temple, down my cheek, a little down here. Cupid's bow. I'll make that shit shine. And I'm actually going to use Lucky Clover, that same color. I'm going to use that as my highlight on my brow bone, and I'm going to use it on my inner corner as well. Okay, so now I'm going to do my lips, and since we are kind of sticking to a fall, kind of deeper kind of look, I'm going to go in with, I'm going to line my lips in the Colourpop Lippie pencil in Pitch, and then I'm going to use the NYX Liquid Suede lipstick in Vintage, and these two together are like absolute perfection. Okay, and that is the finished look, guys. I'm digging this lip color. I barely wear it, and I don't know why, because it's amazing, and I love the NYX Liquid Suede lipsticks, so this is like a perfect shade for fall. This one is Vintage again, in case you missed it. But yeah, this is the finished look, and let me zoom in a little bit so you can see a little better. So there's the eyes. I think they turned out pretty good. It's pretty subtle, but it's still kind of relatively bold side, like subtle but bold. It's got a little bit of that metallic edge to it. And you can deepen it up more, or you can make it more subtle, or you could just completely skip the glitter completely. But yeah, I don't know, I like it. It's not too heavy-handed, but it works really well. I'm digging this highlight. It's giving me everything. But yeah, and then you can put falsies on too to make it even more dramatic if you want. I just suck at putting on falsies. And I have relatively substantial lashes, so I just kind of go with it. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it is doable, or you like the look and you want to recreate it. If you do, you should tag me in it on Instagram. My name is MakeupZombie90, and yeah, and just let me know if you like this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And I hope this video wasn't too annoying or boring, but whatever. Regardless, I hope you like the look. Anyway, I will see you guys next time, and thank you for watching.